What's up, ladies and gentlemen, back again with another video, and today we're going to be reviewing Amazon's Prime original series, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I Know What You Did Last Summer is based off of a movie which is based off of a 1970s suspense thriller novel by Lois Duncan. The book and the movie are, I guess the plot line is the same, but they differ in the genre, you know, because like I said, the book is more of a suspense thriller, where the 1997 film starring Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, among others, it was more of a slasher horror flick. While Amazon decided to turn this into a TV series and kind of put on their own modern take with this version of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, this series takes place in like a fictional town in Hawaii. I think it was called Kuna. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, they filmed this on location in Hawaii. They just didn't use a real backdrop for the actual town. They created a fictional town for this Amazon Prime original series. Now, this revolves around like 4 or 5 different characters. The plot line is kind of similar to, like, you know, the 1997 one. You know, the whole thing of you know, that accident occurs and then the teenagers have to try to cover it up and then keep it a secret among themselves, and then, you know, 1 year later, you know, they receive the letter, I Know What You Did Last Summer. And then from there, you know, each person starts to drop in like flies, you know, and then they're trying to, you know, figure out who's the killer, you know, who did what. You know, it comes to the point where they're even blaming each other to figure out on who the killer is. And now, I've seen the trailer a few times. I was kind of late on checking out this series. As you can see, it came out last year. I'm reviewing it. I'm doing a review on it just now, you know. But this film, well, not this film, this TV series differs from the film, and it differs from the book. I know Lois Duncan, the author of the original book, wasn't a fan of the movie. If she was alive today, because I know she passed away, I believe, in like 2016, 2017, she would not like this modern adaptation of it that's on Amazon Prime Video. But this one right here, it makes the 1997 one with Jennifer Love Hewitt look like Citizen Kane, because this one is very trashy, very sleazy. It lacks in certain areas when it comes to, like, I guess, character development, because you got a whole line of characters, and a lot of them are pretty much particular tropes, modern day tropes. Like, you got one where there's, you know, you have one character who's completely sleazy. You got one character that's completely social media tech savvy. They're always posting on social media all the time. And then you got this other character. He's kind of getting caught up in his own little love triangle, because there's like multiple characters that are women that are interested in him, which I believe that's the Dylan character. But the Dylan character, in my opinion, is a very boring character, at least by the actor he's portrayed by, you know. And then there's this whole thing between Allison and Lennon, which are 2 twin sisters. Apparently they're supposed to be like polar opposites of each other. One is, you know, focusing on school, education, while the other is more like, she likes to basically do a lot of shady stuff, use people, and you know, a lot of questionable things and whatnot, you know. But anyways, the whole backdrop is this takes place like on a graduation night during summer, and then, you know, they end up going on that little cruise like you see in the movie, and then well, boom, you know, the accident occurs, and then they try to cover it up. You know, you fast forward, you know, 1 year later, and that's when they receive the whole thing of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now this is a 8 episode series, and I could tell you this much: I had a hard time getting through like the first 3 episodes. Like the first 3 episodes were very slow, very boring. They didn't really add too much to the story. It really didn't pick up until like episode 4. Episode 4, that's when things really started to pick up and started to pique my interest, from episode 4 and so on. But a lot of the first 3 episodes, man, I thought they were very just boring, very tiring, and having a hard time to like get through, because they just keep going along to these like flashback scenes where you got these characters just partying and getting messed up on drugs and whatnot. Another thing is this series. It's a TVMA, so it contains a lot of drugs, alcohol, graphic nudity, and sex. They're trying to give it that whole euphoria type of vibe with the whole neon lights and things like that. But no. This isn't as good as you think it's gonna be, and then eventually, they get revealed on who the killer actually is and what was their motive behind the whole thing. And then at the end of like the episode, you kind of get like a teaser what they're gonna do for like season 2. Well, unfortunately or fortunately, Amazon Prime decided to pull the plug on I Know What You Did Last Summer after the first season. And I believe there's an interview online I read, because they did an interview with one of the writers, Sarah Goodman, on what was the plans for the following seasons of the show. Because apparently, I guess when the ratings came in for the show, or the viewership on Prime Video, they said that the audience wasn't there. No one, like they aired the show, but no one really showed up to watch the show. So, and I really couldn't blame them, because like I said, it was just this TV series is just, it's complete garbage in comparison to the actual movies. The ones with Jennifer Love Hewitt, at least the first 2. We're not going to talk about that direct-to-video one. I Always Know What You Did Last Summer, that came out around like 2005, 2006. I'll probably cover the movie somewhere later down the road, but we're going to still talk about the series right now. But yeah, another problem is, like I said, it just comes out very trashy, very sleazy, very underdevelopment. Like, a lot of these characters in this TV series are very unlikable. Like, you got a lot of them acting like complete jerks, so you really can't root for them when, the killer's just offing them one by one, but, it's just not a good TV series, like, I was invested from episode 5, leading up to the finale, but character driven wise, you're not really invested in the characters because they're very underdeveloped, and then what you do know about them, it just seems like, okay, this person's a bigger jerk than the other person, so it's like, okay, like, what's the whole point, but overall, I didn't think it was a very good series. Like I said, I didn't like a lot of the characters in the show. They were very unlikable. And there was a lot of this whole thing of a double crossing on who's trying to figure out who the killer is. And then, of course, at the end, there's like a little plot twist, which I'm not here to give any spoilers away or anything like that. But apparently the writer, Sarah Goodman, she had season 2 and season 3 already planned for the series, on where she wanted to take the series going on if Amazon Prime renewed I Know What You Did Last Summer for another 2 seasons. So, we're just trying to figure out where they're going to take the plot line from how the end of the season 1 finale began, you know. But I just think, in my opinion, it left a lot of bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. Like, the trailer is actually better than the actual TV series. Do I recommend you to watch this? I Know What You Did Last Summer TV series? Not so much. Like I said, the first 3 episodes were very boring, very cringy, and there's just a lot of shadiness and whatnot. Like, there's no likable characters in the story. It's just like each one is way worse than the next. But it's not a very good series in my opinion. You're better off watching the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies, because they got like a whole trilogy of films, with the first 2 with Jennifer Love Hewitt. You'll probably enjoy those a lot more than this Amazon Prime TV series. If not, you'll probably be a fan of the novel written by Lois Duncan. But no, I went through all 8 episodes and I wasn't satisfied by the end of it, guys. It made me appreciate the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies a whole lot more after watching this. That's how I feel about this Amazon Prime original series. Now, if you guys seen I Know What You Did Last Summer on Amazon Prime, give me your thoughts below. Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Do you feel the same way I do about the characters of this TV series? And then how do you feel about how they kind of changed the setting for it? It takes place in a fictional town of Hawaii, and then on top of the key characters in the show, there's other subplot lines in the series as well that deviate from the original story. So you got that goes on in between all the episodes and whatnot. But if I were to give it a rating out of 5, I'd have to give it 1.5 stars out of 5. And if I were going to give it a grade, I'd have to give that. It's definitely an F, guys. It's definitely an F on the grading scale for TV shows. But somewhere down the line, I'm probably going to do a review on the I Know What You Did Last Summer trilogy, as well as Urban Legend. Once I get time to reviewing those, I still got a lot of other movies and TV shows I got to review. But once I get those out of the way, I'll probably be reviewing the I Know What You Did Last Summer trilogy in the future. So you'd be on the lookout for that somewhere down the line. Now, if you want to see more content like this, movie reviews, TV shows, as well as other additional content I provide on the channel, I recommend that you like, you share, you comment, and you subscribe. And I will see you guys around for the next video. Y'all have a great day now.